this year, spawning on Bridgehead, leftmost side of the map. It's gonna be aLive.
And his opponent
Cool.
on the right.
Skype stopped working for no reason whatsoever. Poor Fear Dragon's gonna be sitting there like, what the fuck? Give me 1 sec here, folks. Get this back up. That's awkward. That's awkward. Go. Call me Fear Dragon. Send me your audio. If he doesn't respond soon, we'll just cast without him. There we go. So that was strange and entirely unnecessary for Skype to crash, but welcome back, bud.
Hey, good to be back.
Maybe we should. I forgot it's you. We should have just used Zoom in the first place instead of Skype.
Yeah, man, we can set that up later if we want to.
Yeah, we'll fiddle in a bit. Anyways, the game underway. And sorry about that. Your intro got cut right in the middle of it. That really sucks. So you want to do it again really quick? Let's you.
Yeah, sure. Spawning over here on the right-hand corner of the map with a red Zerg player, Rock-ass HyuN. You sound really far off. I think you're using the wrong microphone for me, by the way.
Oh, I hope it's using the right one for XSplit, actually. I should check that, too. All sorts of stuff has mysteriously gone wrong overnight. And one of the things I'm really concerned about is it seems like the channel is still not live. Alright. So, we're back. And it says we should be streaming, but it feels like we're not, Fear Dragon.
That is concerning. I'm gonna hope that we are streaming and talk a little bit about what's happening right now. We have the 4 Zerglings that moved across the map, and they got dangerously close to taking out that reactor. I think it came down to almost close to the single digits, but it does manage to survive thanks to the repair. The Reaper are gonna be able to clean up these Zerglings, but really scary moment over there for aLive.
Yeah, so I guess one of the things I forgot about Bridgehead was it does have fairly short rush distances. I don't think HyuN was necessarily expecting to do so much with it, but losing 4 lanes on the other side of the map, it's not too much worse than losing 4 lanes at home to the Reaper kiting around. But this is one of those maps where you got a little bit of a backdoor entrance. So if you are, whoa,
Yeah.
forget about that. Nidus Worm gets slapped down with the Roach War, and should have seen this coming as I didn't see the layer had already completed for HyuN while this was going on. So a big part of what he did with those lanes.
Yeah, not only.
Oh, go on.
Well, I was gonna say, not only that, but he got those early 2 gas geysers, and the Reaper comes in and scouts the gas geysers, but not the lair. I wonder if the gas geysers are enough?
I don't know, because I guess this furthers why you would send those 4 lanes across the map, was the point I was going to make. Like, if the Reaper's sitting at home defending, it's not scouting, and right now aLive has no idea that a Nidus Worm is on the way. Luckily, he does have a build going for him that is a little bit conducive to it. You get the Siege Tank, you get the Medevac, you shuffle around. The Nidus Worm, I believe, has not been spotted. Oh, it has. It has. aLive has seen this, apparently. That's weird. It still shows through the fog of war? Question mark? Either way, here comes the Queens. Tank set up. I'm not sure if this will be enough to stop it outright, but it should be able to at least minimize the roach damage on this. There's quite a few transfuses ready and available through those Queens, however.
Yeah, Medevac gonna be using that micro along the siege tank to try and deal with this, but with the Queens over there, it's gonna be really difficult. There's no more transfuses left over, though. Sorry, only 1 transfuse left over, and that's gonna make it a bit difficult for HyuN to keep these Queens alive if he ends up taking too much damage from the siege tank on them.
aLive, trying to keep that starport, well, no pun intended, alive. Wants to get that Liberator out. 2 siege tanks could be his best friend in defending this. Natural base has not been totally lost. The SCVs were pulled, not killed. So, for aLive's sake, this is still messy, but not over yet.
Nice one. Nice one actually goes down.
Yeah. Creep Strike coming out to just continue the annoyance that is the base. I'm surprised HyuN didn't actually use that new Nidus Worm on, say, blocking out the expansion, but waiting for the reinforcements to come across the map. There's not really a lot in this, though, is the problem. And catching those tanks, well, he's going to need more Queens, less roaches.
Yeah, this is going to be really, really awkward now for HyuN, and we're going to see an engagement over here. A lot of the Marines going to start losing their lives, though. The Siege Tanks doing a pretty good job. Should be able to clean up a majority of these units.
This is a move that in most Legacy games we've seen so far has looked overpowered. It looks ridiculous. This is what causes balance whining, and yet this has been handled really well by aLive.
Yeah, absolutely. And aLive is going to be sitting at a really, really nice situation. Now, we did lose a couple of SCVs, but nothing that was a super huge deal. And more importantly, the third expansion for HyuN is unbelievably late right now.
Well, there's not only that, but if aLive actually went across the map and counterattacked immediately, HyuN has no army supply. Like 32 army supply is not a lot for a Terran, but it's more than the 4 that HyuN has. aLive waiting to go for that counterattack is actually really dangerous because this gives HyuN time to not only get, say, roaches out, but also transform said roaches into ravagers and actually have a decent defense. So, unfortunately, aLive just kind of cleaning up the overlords at home. He wants to make sure there's not going to be further Nidus Worms. This isn't a bad move at all, but he's got to recognize HyuN wasn't going to follow up the all-in with more of an all-in.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where it's like, you know that you're behind, you have to take a risk. Do you either opt to go for a lot of drones and play hyper greedy, knowing that you're not going to have any army to deal with a counterattack? Or do you decide to just try and go for the second all-in because nobody would expect the second all-in, even if it wouldn't really be nearly as strong?
Well, good news is, by the way, that stream delay hashtag, but we are actually live now. I actually forgot.
Yay.
Doesn't this tournament not want a stream delay or something weird like that too? I'm in autopilot mode, guys. It's 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. for me. I was up at 6, so we'll get things sorted after this first game. The first game's turned out to be really weird, though. A couple Ravagers getting some shots off on that Liberator. There's not enough room behind the mineral lines to abuse this. There are some older maps like Moonlight Madness where Liberators are absolutely unfair, but Bridgehead, unfortunately, very low airspace was one of its sort of big things. That's what a sweet spot for the time being.
Found it. Yeah, I found an area that's considered high ground right now, and since there's no overlords close enough, you can't actually see it. Oh my god, is that Liberator actually going to be able to get out of here? It is.
That
well played.
It's a bit astonishing. But regardless, big push coming through the north. Siege tank's gonna be at a pretty nice spot. Marines gonna have stim in just 1 second. There we go.
Yeah, this is gonna be a very awkward position to engage into as well, up on the high ground. HyuN gonna be funneled through whatever the choke for the ramp, but we'll see how this is gonna go. Here he comes.
He picks up the tank so it doesn't lose it to the Ravager shots, but the buyout cleans up most of those Ravagers, and this is that problem we had mentioned before where HyuN just doesn't have a lot of actual supply to fight with. GG is called, and aLive will take the first game in this best of 3.